want to go to Lara Trump right now. She is the co-chair of the RNC. Lara, good morning. Alex Marlow, our editor-in-chief, is here as well.
Hi,
Lara.
Hello.
Laura, can you hear? Hey, Laura, how are you?
I'm great. How's it going?
What are you? How's it going? Do you know it's election day? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing today?
Guys, it's a big day. I'm on an hour of sleep. I just flew in on Trump Force One early this morning, and it's the big day. I actually can't believe it's here. It's sort of surreal in a lot of ways.
My producer just said that you just dropped your daughter off at school.
I sure did. Yeah, my kids, I'll tell you that I knew taking this job as co-chair that they would see me a lot less than they're used to, and it would be tough on them, and it certainly has. So I'll tell you, when I'm home, I kill myself to try and drop my kids off, pick them up, take them to gymnastics, soccer, basketball. You guys get it. Parents understand how it goes.
Of course, but like today, it's the day. Like this is the election day. I think that's
for them,
incredible.
It's a Tuesday, and they
that.
want mom to take them to school. So
Totally, I love it. All right, well, what is your plan today, and what is the RNC's plan today?
Well, I'll tell you, so far the RNC's plan has been to ensure that our poll watchers and poll workers get into a Philadelphia polling location. I don't know if you guys heard, we just made an announcement about 40 minutes ago that our workers and watchers were refused entry into a Philadelphia polling location. That's against the law. It's illegal, and it's exactly why we designed this election integrity operation the way we did, because we don't want to wait until an issue presents itself. We wanted to be ready to go, and indeed we were. We had our attorneys there on the ground. They immediately sprung into action, and within about half an hour, we were able to get all of our people into the polling location. But this is the kind of stuff that I think goes to further people's notion that there are problems with our electoral process. It is our hope this election in 2024 that we, make sure that we get back the trust for so many people in this process, because it's really foundational to our country to be able to trust our electoral process. The rest of the day, I'm sure I'll be dealing with issues like that. I'm going to be doing a lot of media, trying to get people out to vote. If you're listening to this and you have not yet voted, get out and vote. Your vote could very well be the one that makes the difference in this election as to whether or not we have a free country, a prosperous country, a safe country, or something that is unrecognizable to America, which is obviously the direction we're heading now. So get out and vote for Donald Trump.
So last time we talked, you brought up how we are on the cusp of two very, very different paths right now. The cusp of a new America in really powerful ways. And that's what Elon was speaking of too at the MSG rally. Do you have a question for Laura?
Yeah, Laura, is there anything else that we can do to be helpful if in terms of just keeping an eye on making sure that things are going according to plan? Because I think that's everyone's fear, is that it's not a free and fair election, that Trump's been right the whole time about the last 4 years. Is there anything that we the people can do today to help you out?
Yeah, well, listen, if you are out and about and you're voting, or maybe you're an observer in a location, now we've trained all of our observers as to what to do, but if you're just an average person going out there to vote and you see a problem, you can go to protectthevote.com and you can report that problem. You can tag me on X and Chairman Whatley on X, and we will immediately investigate any issues that are out there. I hope people have noticed we've an early vote, and we've tried to tackle them as they present themselves so that, there really is no question as to whether or not things are, ballots are being counted accurately. Legal votes are the only ones being counted. So please let us know, protectthevote.com, or I'm at Lara Lee Trump on X, and it's at Chairman Whatley on X. Let us know.
Just to drive this point home about Philadelphia. So Michael Whatley just tweeted out moments ago. Earlier this morning, we learned that Republican poll watchers in Philadelphia, York, Westmoreland, Allegheny, Lehigh, Cambria, Wyoming, and Lackawanna counties were being turned away. This is not just in Philadelphia. It's all over. What do you mean are Republican poll watchers turned away? What does that look like?
So we're supposed to have, according to the law, you're supposed to have a parity of Republicans and Democrats, meaning an equal number of poll workers in every location. Now, in the lead up to this, by the way, we've had many issues out there by way of some of these areas and some of these counties, not just in Pennsylvania. This happened in Wayne County, which is, of course, Detroit, and Michigan, where we submitted somewhere around 750 poll workers to be, official with the county. The Democrats submitted somewhere around 2,000. They took every single one of the Democrats. They only took 50 of ours. So, of course, we had to sue Wayne County and they eventually took all of our poll workers. But it just means that when these people showed up to do their shift as they had been given by the county or by that polling location this morning, someone stood at the doors, the entryway to these offices, and said, you are not able to come in here. And I think people have probably heard these stories many times before. This is not anything new to anyone, but we're trying to tackle it now, and we're trying to deal with it now. It should never happen. And I hope that what we're doing is sending a message loud and clear out there to anyone today or in any future election. Do not try to do anything illegal, whether that's cheating, whether it's preventing our poll watchers and poll workers from coming into these locations. We're watching. We've lawyered up by way of 500 attorneys in every battleground state across this country, and we're going to make sure that the right legal thing happens. So we're very happy to see that eventually our people got in, but it should have never happened in the first place.
Yeah, Watley says, we deployed our roving attorneys, engaged with local officials, can now report that all Republican poll watchers have been let into the building. That's amazing. Laura, I thought I saw your speech last night in Grand Rapids. That's the last stop, right? And I know you're not done, right? We're just talking about everything that's still happening today, and today's the big day. But there had to be a feeling of, man, like we did it. Like, I don't know how many rallies you guys hosted. You had 4 yesterday across the country. Like, what was that feeling of? And did your father-in-law have a feeling of of relief, or we're done now? We can finally let our guard down for at least a minute and be happy that we did all these rallies successfully?
Well, he'll feel good, and I'll feel good, and I think the rest of the country will feel good after he's reelected as our 47th president. But, to be honest with you, it was a little bit bittersweet. This has really been our lives for 9 solid years. This is what our family has done, and it's not just the politics of it. It's really, we've been through so much that we never talk about. You see the way my father-in-law has been attacked. He's been indicted. He's had a raid on his home. He's had a mugshot taken. He's had assassination attempts on his life. But all of us have had some sort of issues in our lives and had very unfair things happen to us. And it obviously is only because Donald Trump came down that golden escalator and decided to run as a Republican and then started to speak a little too much truth for some people out there. And so to be there among that crowd for the last time, to really feel the love. And I mean, that's what it is. You go to a Trump rally, and despite what you'll hear out there from the Democrats, this is a group of people in a room that is just filled to the brim with love. These people love their country. They believe in their country, and they believe in Donald Trump. It was a really bittersweet moment because I know America's never going to see another Donald Trump. We're never going to have another one of him, a guy who can go work at McDonald's and then a week later get in a garbage truck to drive to a rally in Wisconsin. We're just never going to have someone like him ever again. And the movement he created is unbelievable in America. So it was an honor, but in some ways, it was a little bit sad, I think, for all of us, including my father-in-law last night. I could tell he kind of didn't want to walk off that stage and end it last night.
Well, he could keep doing those rallies. Laura, I got to ask you about something, because I know this has been driving my wife crazy, about how all these people telling us that it's going to be devastating for women if Trump wins. I mean, Mike just played for us the final ad that you guys had. It's so upbeat, so positive. And then you hear at the Kamala rally yesterday, you hear Oprah saying that if we don't show up tomorrow, it's entirely possible that we will not have the opportunity to ever cast a ballot again. Tim Walz was implying that women will die if Trump wins. This fear-mongering, it's so off-putting to me, but do we think the public gets it? How do you feel about this?
Yeah, well, this is all they have, obviously. They can't stand on a single policy because all their policies have been failures. I mean, quite frankly, Kamala Harris can't even articulate a single policy position. She just talks in circles and the word salads, as we know. But whenever you have nothing else to sell the American people, this is a tactic as old as time. You got to scare them, and that's exactly what the Democrats have been trying to do. They've been lying alongside of it. The Project 2025 stuff, which Donald Trump from the beginning has said he never had anything to do with. The idea that there's going to be a federal abortion ban, untrue. Donald Trump has said that implicitly. The idea that there's any way that Donald Trump wants to interfere with IVF, absolutely not. Donald Trump wants more babies in this country, not fewer. But whenever you don't have a message and you don't have any policies and you don't have a successful country where you've been in charge of it for 4 years, I guess this is the tactic you take. Now, as to whether or not it works with people, I guess we'll have to wait and see. For some people, it might. But I think a lot of Americans have come to a point where they say, gosh, I just can't afford my life right now. So the fact that Beyonce gets up on stage, J-Lo gets up on stage, Oprah Winfrey gets up on stage and tries to scare us, it's scary enough out there going to the grocery store, going to the gas pump, walking around your communities, or identifying the fact that we have a fully open southern border and wars breaking out around the world, which America feels like we're right on the verge of being sucked into for World War III. And that's the scariest part to a lot of people. And I think they're going to go out today, and I think they're going to vote accordingly. And they know the only person who can reverse all of the devastation that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have caused is Donald Trump.
Lara Trump dropping her daughter off at school, taking a couple minutes with us. Lara, well done. What a last year or so it's been with you at the helm of the RNC as the co-chair. Grateful for your time. Again, Trump Force 47, that's not it anymore. What's that other website? Protectthevote.org?
Protectthevote.com. Yeah, if you see anything today out anywhere in this country, protectthevote.com.
Wonderful. Lara, I look forward to celebrating next time we chat.
Amen. All right. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you. Have a great day. Alex, violence.
Yeah.
I saw this from Molly Jong Fast. Actually, let me read this one first. This is someone from Victory Fund, Democrat group. Riot fencing being installed in D.C. ahead of the election. This isn't normal, and the press needs to be clear why. Trump incited a violent insurrection and continues to present an ongoing threat to our democracy. The security measures are entirely due to the danger he presents. And Molly Jong Fast said, what Trump has done to our political system over the last decade is not normal. I don't think that fencing's for us.
No. They're very desperate. Well, and you can see it. And those quotes, I was going to bring this up. It was good to get Lara's take, but I was going to bring this up with you, Mike. Just checking out the Harris rally is actually more equally interesting. I mean, the Trump rally, I did have a similar thought to you. It's a little bittersweet that those could be over. And I hope he still, if he wins, I hope he continues to do those sorts of things for future candidates, because I think that it is... those are huge events and they're really fun. But there was huge desperation at the Kamala event. And we've been told for the last 48 hours that Kamala's actually winning and everyone's starting to relax. And Trump has closed very poorly and she's closed amazingly. And I never saw any data to suggest that other than that one Seltzer poll from Iowa. I saw one poll. Other than that, there's no other data to suggest that they're doing well enough to win. And yet we were told that they're going to win. Now, all of a sudden, like, well, where's the data? I didn't see it. And then you see this rally, and it's pure desperation. It's all fear-mongering. It's all, you're all dead, and you'll never vote again if Trump wins. And that, to me, was, I breathed a big sigh of relief. Not to say it's over, and not to say that it's in the bag, but I'm saying that clearly you don't go out there and say you'll never vote again if you're even alive, because you might be dead. If you've got a message that's a unifying message, because you can't then come back tomorrow and say, we're going to unite the country. No, they're acting as though they're just trying their best to come up with a miracle.
The only other data I would point to, and we debunked the Iowa poll, but we'll find out soon. Some New Hampshire group just put out a poll of Kamala up 28 in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
Yeah, I did notice that. Hey, and Trump was winning in the New Hampshire poll last week, and we got the Dixville Notch numbers last night, the first city to vote. People don't remember this. Joe Biden swept Dixville Notch 5-0, and Trump won 3 out of 6. So off to a good start.
Things are looking up.
Off to a good start.